Pastured pigs, pastured poultry, and grass-fed sheep on our farm in LaGrange, Indiana, and we also graze sheep on utility scale solar. We have about 1,000 ewes on almost 1,000 acres of utility scale solar in over by South Bend. My family has supplied proteins, pork and poultry to Frontera Grill, to Chef Rick Bayless, Zach, and the whole team over there for better than 20 years. Chef Rick Bayless was farm to table before farm to table was a thing. And there's our largest customers. We supply product to their restaurants, not just here, 445 North Clark Street, so River North, but also their locations at Disney, Caesar's Palace, and O'Hare Airport. It's my honor. I'm going to introduce Zach here. He's going to say a few words, but the big point I wanted to make is the relationship that we have with Frontera Grill. I feel like that I'm part of the Frontera family, and that they've absolutely made what our farm is today. Like I said, they're our biggest customer, and they're very, very true to the farm-to-table movement.
Hi, I'm Zach Steen, culinary director over at Frontera for all the restaurants. And what we love about working with Greg is he said something to me one time that really stuck with me. He does what's best for the animals, and we work with the products that he brings. Okay, so when you're working with solar lamb, or you're working with certain breeds of pigs, you're maybe not going to get that huge, beautiful, heavily marbled Colorado lamb chop that a lot of the other folks in the Michelin star world would want to be using. But we think that the flavor of what Greg's producing, and being able to cook it whole animal, or even just break down the different parts, gives us something that's more natural and really fantastic to cook with. Those of you who are eating the lamb with pasilla, you can really taste how having that queso añejo and that homemade crema and that lamb that actually has flavor doesn't taste like pork chops or whatever, where you get some of the lamb that ends up tasting like pork. You really get the flavor of the lamb, and it's enhanced by the pasilla. So understanding on how to work with great products makes great food. And so we're really grateful to have Greg growing out stuff for us. Yeah. We're committed to Greg, and we know where our dollars are going. And so sometimes, or most of the time, we are actually paying less than we would for products, especially if they have to be shipped from halfway around the world, right? Because they're able to drive them right over. So all of these, I wish more restaurants could build these relationships. I know we're fortunate to have the volume to make it make sense, but to build these relationships, because we save on fuel, we save on cost, and it's more sustainable for us to run the restaurant with your partnership with you.
And as I mentioned earlier, I think from my perspective, one of the biggest attributes of the relationship here, and I'm not sure where they went, but my son and my daughter-in-law are here. And I think one of the biggest problems and challenges that we have in rural America, the average age of the farmer is 58 years old now, and I think there's twice as many farmers above that age as there are that are under 30 years old. We're going to have a serious transfer of land in this next decade or two, and we really don't have farmers that not just don't have farmers, but we don't have farmers that will be able to economically farm for the next generation. And I think this relationship with Frontera, as well as our relationship and ability to graze solar, is what gives us the opportunity to farm for another generation. I was going to point out my son and daughter-in-law, but I'm not sure. Oh, they're right behind us, Evan and Kylie. So I think that's the coolest thing about farm to table, and the coolest thing about solar grazing is that it provides that opportunity for the next generation to have a secure future in agriculture and the future in farming, and that is so different than conventional agriculture nowadays.